Health and environmental concerns are growing in East Palestine, Ohio tonight. Toxic fumes were released into the air after a Norfolk Southern freight train went off the track back on February 3rd and continued to burn well into last week. Good evening. Welcome to the Fox 8 10 o'clock news. I'm Katie Nordine.
And I'm Neil McNeil. The derailment prompted us to ask local experts what chemicals are transported through the Piedmont Triad. Fox 8's Caroline Boyer is live near the tracks in downtown Greensboro. Caroline, those Norfolk Southern freight trains, many of them quite long with a lot of cars, run right through areas of Greensboro and other areas where many people live, work, and play.
Neil, there are tens of thousands of chemicals being transported through Guilford County on railways and roads. Greensboro is one of the few cities in our state with a hazmat team. I talked with one of the members of that team this afternoon about what response would look like here.
The safety track record of the rail industry is huge, but it always is good to plan in case these things do happen in our community.
Huge plumes of black smoke filled the sky after 50 derailed train cars went up in flames in East Palestine, Ohio last week. Hundreds of people were forced out of their homes. Of the cars that went off the track, 10 were carrying hazardous materials. A toxic disaster which could have happened anywhere.
I've been on the hazardous materials team since '99. And so we have seen a handful of train derailments.
That includes back in 2019 when a train carrying tens of thousands of gallons of ethanol derailed in Greensboro. None of the tankers leaked and no one got hurt.
Some of them we've been very lucky.
Trains moving throughout the state and in Greensboro are carrying chemicals. Brian Vickery is trained to deal with them. He has access to a website where by law, companies in North Carolina are required to upload the types of chemicals they have and how much.
Some of them we've been very lucky.
Each of the trains or trucks has a placard on all four sides, letting us know what it's carrying.
So if a company doesn't have that chemical that's inside the state of North Carolina, and they may be transporting that product through the state, we'll do a commodity study of rail and of highway to see what is traveling through the state of North Carolina.
The emergency services director in Davidson County works closely with Greensboro's hazmat team.
We have a lot of commerce traveling through Davidson County. And so at some point in time, we're going to encounter accidents that's going to occur with hazardous materials.
Their job is to make sure if it does happen, the response is quick.
So it doesn't matter what incident it is, we're always evaluating that incident after we come back. And looking at it and seeing how can we have done better and prepare for the next one.
The hazmat team also works directly with manufacturing companies if they plan to transport a new chemical. The team will go in and train, learn more about it so they can best respond should an accident happen here. Live in Greensboro, Caroline Boyer, Fox 8 News.